Hey there, I'm Tyler Lunsford, and you're watching a review of Dalton Wayne's Back Talk. What is up, beautiful people? My name is Tyler Lunsford, and welcome back to another magic trick review here on the channel. Now, if you're new here, then definitely please consider subscribing and take a look on the channel at my past reviews. Now, if you are new here, then welcome. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I really do appreciate it. So seriously, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you get something out of this video, and I'm not going to ramble anymore. We're going to get right into this review of Dalton Wayne's Back Talk right now. First off, you need to know what actually is back talk. Well, back talk is going to test the imagination of your audience with a real-world miracle. Dalton Wayne performs in the real world for real people, and this has become his go-to card effect when he needs to really hit them hard. This is Back Talk by Dalton Wayne. Here's what happens. The spectator shuffles the deck any way they would like, then they select a card and return it to the deck. The audience shuffles the deck again, but this time behind their back. When they bring the deck out from behind their back, they imagine removing and turning the card face up inside the deck. When they spread through the deck really matches their imagination. Their card is the only one that's face up in the deck, and everything is examinable. Back Talk uses no gimmicks or special decks of cards. It uses very simple sleight of hand that is well within the reach of even beginning magicians. This can be performed using a borrowed deck, shuffled deck. Back Talk is a kind of trick that every magician should know to get spectators dropping their jaws. Put this miracle in the hands of your spectator with Back Talk by Dalton Wayne. Let's talk about what you'll be receiving if you decide to purchase this. We'll be getting the actual download itself that's about 18 minutes long, and on there Dalton Wayne is going to walk you through how to perform this effect. He's also going to talk through some bonus ideas for this, and he's also going to show you a full performance at the very beginning so that way you see what it looks like from start to finish in front of a real spectator in the real world. Now that you know what Back Talk is and you know what you'll be receiving, let's talk about some more questions you may have, such as how difficult is it to perform? Back Talk is super easy to do. In fact, you probably learned what the trick that this trick is based off of when you were like 6 years old. You probably did. If you were doing card tricks when you were a kid, you probably did some sort of variation of this. Which brings me to my next point, is it examinable? Yes, because you did this trick with a deck of cards that you just found lying around your house. Yes, this trick is examinable. The card can be signed. Doesn't have to be, but it can be. You can use a borrowed deck. You can shuffle the deck before, afterwards. You can have someone give you a deck that's brand new. They can pull one off the shelf at the store. Does not matter. Impromptu, completely. Doesn't even have to be a full deck of cards. How are the angles for Back Talk? The angles are pretty good for Back Talk. This is all I'm going to say because I don't want to give too much away. You don't want to have anyone behind your spectator. For best results, go with what I just said. Don't have anyone behind your spectator. Other than that, you can pretty much get away with any other angle. There's just a little bit of misdirection involved, but if you've been doing magic for honestly not even that long, you probably know how to do just a little bit of misdirection. And honestly, it's pretty much built into the routine. Is there any setup or reset for this effect? Absolutely not. The setup for this effect is grabbing the deck of cards from your spectator. Then you do the rest of the sleights during the routine. Nothing to set up ahead of time, nothing to do at the end, unless you want to do the bonus edition that he teaches, which is with a blank deck. You will have to supply your own blank deck for that and come prepared with that. But for the basic routine, you don't have to do any type of setup or reset. Everything works out in the routine itself. Are there any negatives about Back Talk? I saw in some of the reviews on Penguin's website that people were kind of displeased with the price for $10 and such a simple trick. It's just a spin on, a classic trick you probably learned when you were younger. $10 might be a little bit pricey. I'd say it should probably be, closer to $8. But the other negative that I have is the angles, which that's not really a big deal. Just don't have anyone behind your spectator. But besides that, there's a lot of positives about this trick that I'm about to get into. What are the positives about Back Talk? I love that you can do this with a borrowed shuffled deck. It doesn't have to be a full deck. I love that. I also love that on the tutorial video, Dalton Wayne walks you through each step in extreme detail, and he also teaches a bonus idea, which I really appreciate. He usually teaches a bonus idea with all the stuff that he puts out, so I really appreciated that. Thank you, Dalton, for teaching more than just the effect itself. I found that very useful. What's this retail as? Well, currently retails as $10 US, and I mentioned it earlier that I think it should be a little bit cheaper than that. It should be more like $8 in my opinion, just because it is it's a small move essentially that you have to do to get this trick accomplished and actually perform it. It's super easy to do, and I'm not going to knock it because it's just a simple trick, but it really doesn't. It levels up a kid's trick. It levels up a kid's trick. It does, but for $10, I don't know. It's fine. $8 would have been better. $10, okay. That's my opinion on it. What would I give this out of 10? I'm going to give this a 9.6 out of 10. The reason it's getting that score is because I do appreciate the effect itself. It's really cool. I appreciate all the good things about it, such as being able to borrow a deck, having it signed, the bonus ideas on the tutorial. The angles are okay. They're pretty good for the most part, but I did knock it a little bit for the bad angles and also for the fact that it is just a teeny bit overpriced. But besides all that, I think it's still a solid trick. And if you buy it, you're definitely going to perform it because someone hands you a deck of cards, you get to do something that's not your typical ambitious card or like typical trick you learned off of YouTube. This is a level up from the other regular tricks you do with a deck of cards, and I like that a lot. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video. I really do appreciate it. If you feel that Back Talk is for you, the link for it is in the description down below. Also in the description is a link to my Instagram page. There you can follow me on Instagram at TaraLunsfordMagic. There I post articles behind the scenes, Q&A, sneak peeks, polls. I want to get your opinion on a lot of things I'm doing on the channel and also give you sneak peeks. So I do that a lot of times on my stories on Instagram, so I'm very active over there on my stories. If you want to learn more about the channel or perhaps get sneak peeks, then check that out. You would definitely not regret it. I hope that you got something out of this video. I know that I enjoyed making it for you because I really do love this trick. It is cool and it's something I'm going to be performing. I'm going to say, hey, oh, you have a deck of cards, and they're like, yeah, I want to see some. I'm like, okay, well, give me the deck of cards. Boom, go right into it. Super excited. I'd also like to thank Dalton Wayne and Penguin Magic for sending me this product so I can do this for you, for you people out there, and hopefully I'll see you in another review that I post sometime soon. See ya. Gotta love when the AC unit turns on when you're filming. Go off. Please, go off.